Have you ever been accused of doing something that you didn't do, but somebody close to you did and you didn't know it? We're going to be talking about that today from Genesis chapter 31. Hey guys, and welcome back to God's Word Made Simple by Simple Servant Ministries. My name is Aaron Hawk, and if this is your first time visiting with us, I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here with us today. God's Word Made Simple is an online discipleship ministry dedicated to taking God's Word and making it simple. We want to help you understand God's Word, apply it to your life, and grow in your relationship with the Lord. And by the way, if you appreciate this ministry and content, at some point make sure and hit that subscribe button, turn that bell notification to all so you don't miss any future videos. We would love to have you as part of our family. Okay guys, so we are going to pick back up in today's story, but if you've not caught the previous videos, make sure you go back and catch them. At least go back to chapter 31 verse 1, and if you really want the broader context, then you need to go back to chapter 29 verse 1. So go back, watch those videos, get caught up, and then get this video. But let's assume that you're caught up for now or that you came back. So we're going to start in verse 33, and remember, we ended the last video with Jacob saying, look, whoever you find these household gods with, go ahead, kill him, right? Because he was convinced that he and his family had no part in this. All right, verse 33. So Laban went into Jacob's tent and into Leah's tent and into the tent of the two maids, but he did not find them. Then he went out of Leah's tent and entered Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the household items and put them in the camel's saddle, and she sat on them. So she knew she needed to conceal these things, so she's sitting on them, blocking them with her body. Okay? And Laban felt through all the tent and did not find them. So she said to her father, let not my lord be angry that I cannot rise before you, for the manner of women is upon me. Most men aren't going to question that one. So he searched but did not find the household idols. So after all of this, now Laban was right. Somebody in Jacob's party did steal those things, but he couldn't prove it after all this pursuit and everything else, God coming to him in a dream and telling him to back off. He ignored it because he wanted his idols. All of this drama, and he comes up empty-handed. So now Jacob, in self-righteous indignation, although in this case Jacob was innocent, just not his household, now he's getting ready to kind of blast Laban a little bit. You know, how dare you accuse me of this, right? It's understandable since he doesn't know that his wife betrayed him and could have gotten them all killed. If God had not intervened, thankfully God promised Jacob that he would take care of him. All right, so anyway, verse 36. Then Jacob became angry and contended with Laban, and Jacob said to Laban, what is my transgression? What is my sin that you have hotly pursued me? You know, what's your problem, dude? Right? You got a problem? Come on. That's basically what he's saying. Verse 37. Though you have felt through all my goods, what have you found of all your household goods? Set it here before my kinsmen and your kinsmen, that they may decide between us two. Okay, all right, dude, you went through my whole house, you went through my luggage. What'd you find? I didn't steal anything. Go ahead, put it there on the table, right in front of everybody. Show everybody what I stole if you're going to accuse me of being a thief. Right? I mean, you can hear the anger and the self-righteous indignation in Jacob here. Right? I mean, he's just taunting him at this point. And he's also unloading on him. Now remember, Jacob is guilty and Laban is guilty. Both of them are jerk swindlers. So go figure. Some of what Jacob says is colored by his personality and some of it is legit. You just read between the lines. It's not that hard to figure out. Verse 38, these 20 years I have been with you. Your ewes and female goats have not miscarried, nor have I eaten the rams of your flocks. That which was torn of beasts I did not bring to you. I bore the loss of it myself. You required it at my hand, whether stolen by day or stolen by night. So I think now we're starting to get a picture of why Jacob chose to swindle Laban, right? All of those things are presumably true. I mean, this is a genuine moment of self-righteous indignation. So all of these things are probably true. Now, we know that all of this is accurately recorded. This is what Jacob said. But remember, Jacob is a swindler. We can't necessarily trust his word on everything. But in this case, I think this is trustworthy. I think the context of this lends itself to saying, yeah, Laban really did do this, because he also referenced how Laban had switched his wages 10 times and so on. So I think what we're seeing here is, after the fact, we're seeing Jacob's justification for why he chose to do what he did with peeling those rods and, frankly, swindling him out of all of those animals. All right, verse 40. Thus I was. By day the heat consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep fled from my eyes. These 20 years I have been in your house. I have served you 14 years for your 2 daughters and 6 years for your flock. So we didn't have that information earlier, but it referenced it earlier. And you changed my wages 10 times. And again, he's repeating the same thing. So the context here is these are valid charges, but both of them are jerk swindlers. Verse 42, if the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had not been for me, surely now you would have sent me away empty-handed. God has seen my affliction and the toil of my hands, so he rendered judgment last night. So, basically, I know that if my God had not, well, he says the God of my fathers, right? He's still wrestling with the personalness of God. But, right, if my God, I'll just put the words in his mouth, so to speak, if my God hadn't defended me, you'd have swindled me out of everything by now. And that's fair. Laban would have. Of course, Jacob isn't exactly innocent here either. So, and see, here's the beauty of the scriptures. They don't hide the character flaws of someone who ultimately becomes the patriarch for the nation of Israel. Jacob ends up being renamed Israel. So literally Israel is named after this dude, right? I mean, the covenant started with Abraham, that covenant started with Abraham, but Jacob is Israel. And the beauty of the Bible is it doesn't hide the character flaws of the people in these stories. It's very real and very trustworthy. So anyway, I don't think all of that really needs me to go back into explanation. I think those sections really speak for themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here today. So we will pick back up next time in verse 43, where Jacob and Laban basically make a covenant to kind of go their own ways and just forget all of this mess. So if you don't want to miss that video and all the other videos that we upload, make sure you hit that like button for this video, hit subscribe, turn that bell notification to all so you don't miss any future videos. We'd love to have you as part of our family. Also, if you want to support this ministry, 2 ways to do that. Number 1, hit that share button and share this video and other meaningful videos on your social media platform, or all of them. And also, if you want to support us financially, there is a link down in the description. Guys, thank you very much, and God bless.